ConnoiShoer in the building.
See my soul, you see my shoes.
We are.
So that's why, yeah, that's how we
ConnoiShoer in the
See
building.
my soul, you see my shoes.
We are.
So that's why, yeah, that's how we
ConnoiShoer in the
See
building.
my soul, you see my shoes.
We are.
So that's why, yeah, that's how we
ConnoiShoer in the
See my
building.
soul, you see my shoes.
We are. I got the custom kicks with custom flips. Stepping outside on some custom ish. Ooh, I'm just telling, shoestrings so cold. I caught a felon. I got the custom sneaks with NIKKI G. A-Rob and TIFF so clean. I'm talking soul to soul, show to show. It's the ConnoiShoer. My shoes are better than yours.
Where do you see my kicks? Where do you see my kicks? Heat check. Where do you see my kicks? Where do you see my kicks? Heat check. Where do you see my kicks? Where do you see my kicks? Heat check. Where do you see my kicks?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Thee ConnoiShoer. I'm your girl, NIKKI G. I got my sis TIFF to the right. And you see it. We got the homie 100k Dai in the building.
Place is up and it's for show stuck. Pleasure to be here.
Yo, it's about to be live. It's about to be hype. And it's going to be super elite. Because if y'all have seen 100k Dai in the streets, you know that he don't do basic. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we strive for greatness around here.
Every day. Every day.
Thanks.
And getting closer and closer to it every day.
By the grace of God, we here.
Amen.
All right. Yeah.
Yo, you can always tell. I feel like different guests are like, oh yeah, we went to church. Won't you do it? Yes, he will.
Won't you do it?
But let's go ahead and hop right into it because I know you know just a little something about heat. So what's some heat that's out that y'all are checking for?
Well, I'm going to keep it 100. I still ain't got the fragments. Low top or the high top. I really want the low tops though. In this icy. You know what I'm saying?
I like the colorway.
Again, this resale market just really isn't working for me. It just really isn't working for me. But, you know, the fragments for sure. What else? What's hot right now? I mean, I just showed you a picture of the Dior Chicago's, which is kind of crazy, right?
They're crazy. Okay, they're crazy.
You know what those are? Those are a status symbol.
They are.
That's what they are. If you got these shoes, that just says something. Like,
they do.
It makes a statement.
And the statement that I will have is that I am not at that status.
The statement is I won't have them.
Where the shoe plug at, man?
Listen. Hey, we got a guy. We might have a guy, but you gotta check out that episode and see if that's your lead. But
them disclaimers.
I was like, you just got one
disclaimers in that one. Hold on.
See. We'll talk about it off camera.
Easy call.
Tiff, what you looking at? Because I know you said you got some.
You know what? Unpopular, probably unchecked for. I'm looking to see the Jean Paul Gaultier, the waffles.
The paper waffles?
In person. Like I feel like I want to see what did you think of? What did you come up with in my hand?
They're interesting because those are like fried of Frankenstein paper waffles, and they're highs. They're like a boot. They're interesting. We'll pull them up.
What kind of shoes are they? They're what?
They're vapor waffles. Like, and it's a collab with Jean Paul Gaultier.
Yeah.
So
I like his cologne.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You speaking to language?
Oh yes.
The blue body on it.
The blue. I got the blue body, the white body.
Miss 700 fragrances and count.
Oh yeah. It's not 700.
6?
I keep count. It's 328.
She put dubs on the Honda.
328.
I did. I don't know.
328. Get your frags up, and then just
Get your
don't be
frags.
out here looking
Like, y'all got
fly
boxes, I
and
got
smelling
bottles.
like yesterday. Come on now. I'm just saying. Okay,
100%.
let's go.
What you checking for, Nick? What's up?
So I'm definitely gonna have to hit the resale because I wasn't able to get them. But I really want those Social Society dunks. Specifically, I like the strawberry milks. The chocolate milks are pretty hot too. And then you got the Saquon Barkley. What are they? They're I think the Air 3s. And they're sheesh. They are hot. They are hot. There's I mean, we both like them acid dunks, the black acid dunks
Definitely.
that are coming out. I still have mixed feeling with the dunks because I need to get your quality game up, Nike. But, you know, that's what I like about when they do collabs with the dunks, like with those, with the Social Societies. I can tell that it's giving me some strange love feel with the velvet. What is this, velvet? I can get jiggy with that. So, you know, that's what I really want. At this point, I think it's quality over quantity. So it's what's really hitting my eye and making a difference and what's standing out, but, you know, not blaring. Just like, you know, that
You
quality.
mentioned them tools to me.
Oh, yes, I do. So it's one of those things, and I think you were saying it, like, you got to see it in person. Who knows if that day will come?
I'm going to see him.
Like,
One way or
I'm
another.
gonna see him. I'm sure see him.
Yeah.
I like the concept only the Chicago colorway, not the black and blue.
Yeah, them trash.
Not feeling them, but there's something about them, and there's a handful of twos that I actually like. I've never liked any low twos, but I feel like Off-White, and I've said it before, Off-White isn't just the cream of the crop to me. Sometimes they hit, and a lot of times I feel like it's just okay, if I'm being honest.
Name some trash Off-Whites.
Some trash Off-Whites.
Yeah.
Some of those locks. Some of those locks.
That's a fact. I think it's like 20 something of them. And I like
Yeah.
2 pair of them.
Yeah, I'm like
Maybe.
Maybe 2.
like about 18 to 19 of those locks.
You could have skipped them.
Yeah. Which are the ones?
I'm not a fan of the Air Forces. The all, I think it was all powder blue.
Oh, the powder blue, the canaries, and all of those. When it comes to Forces, I like Forces. I didn't even attempt for those. They didn't stand out for me. I definitely wasn't a fan of the ones that looked like cleats. I forget which ones those were. They were like vapors.
Vapor Maxes?
Yeah, they were like the vapor Off-Whites or whatever, and they looked like cleats.
Oh,
the
yeah,
yellow.
the vapor, yeah. The all black ones?
Yeah, the all black ones with the yellow. It was crazy, and it almost looked like it had the IKEA bag clear, but the clear IKEA. That's what it was. That's what it was. I was an IKEA bag.
Bang, bang.
That's what it was. Virgil, I know that you got that idea at
Verge.
IKEA. And I know that because he had the Off-White IKEA collaboration. So he was like, I'm gonna put this shit on some shoes.
We doing it. Right.
Let's go, Verge.
But yeah, so those, it's funny. I had those in hand at home, and I sat with them for a week, like, you ain't gonna wear these, take these back.
Yeah.
And went ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You want them?
I walked up and just picked them up.
Oh, you got
I ain't gonna tell you where, because y'all gonna go. I'll tell you where later.
You want to blow up the spot?
Yeah, like you blow my spot now. I'm like, so everybody wear 8 and a half, huh? But I was able to just go. They had them. I got, a notification. We got them first come, first serve. And I was like, all right, I'll rock with them. And I was sitting with them at home, and I was like, but am I going to actually wear them? And when you get to a certain number in the collection, then it gets to like, are you buying because you're a hoarder, or are you buying because you're a collector?
Right.
And, there's a big difference. Don't hoard. Like, buy because you love them and you're going to wear them.
Mm-hmm. I think he took a big step back. I liked his first Off-White dunks he came out with.
Yeah, the 10.
Mm-hmm.
The 10 is,
The ones with everything, the green and white colorway with the little string strap thing over it. It was like 3 different colorways, you know what I'm saying? Those was fire. Those was hot, you know what I'm saying? These, I don't know. Like,
the Prestos were fire.
Presto's fire.
Prestos.
I had some Prestos.
You had the black ones, right?
I had the Off-White ones. The Off-White ones. The first ones.
You had the white ones?
No. The first off-white Presto that came
No,
out.
that's what I'm
the
saying. The
10.
off-white, the 10, but those are black, right?
Yeah, they black with the tan, with the little cream thing.
And then he's got some white
He
off-white
got the
ones.
all-white ones. He got the all-black ones.
Listen, all right, I'm going to save that for Damn They Got Me, because technically I came up, but I still feel like I got. So
You got
I'm
all-white
going
ones?
to tell you the story about
All right, bet.
because I nigga thought she did.
Got him!
Like a bug.
Shout out Will in the Greek.
Yo,
Got
so there's actually a good amount of heat coming out, but you know there would be no heat if there wasn't some history before it.
Okay.
So yeah, because 100% for almost every shoe that we look at and say, "Wow, that's a dope shoe," there was inspiration that came from another shoe, and because of that, we have to make sure that we go ahead and pay homage.
However you say it.
I was told that I need to tomato that thing.
Homage.
So we need to pay tribute to the shoes of before. Because much like our ancestors, our grandparents, great-grandparents, even our aunts and uncles, you got to understand that the people that are right there are the reason that you're right here. So what are some shoes that for you guys really paved the way, either personally or that you noticed paved the way in the game?
Well, obviously, you got to start with the Jordan 1s. You know what I'm saying? The 85s, the Holy Grails. You dig? Those shoes constantly get, replicated. I mean, even today, you mentioned the Air Kais.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Got
I'm
a
saying?
couple pair, yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, that's just one of them shoes that just, changed the game. That's what I think that helped even Michael Jordan just be put him up there where he is. Outside of just, his greatness on the court. But the shoe game, nobody ever did it like him. You know what I'm saying?
If there was no Air Jordan 1, where would Nike be? If Michael Jordan did not say, okay, Blue Ribbon, that's now Nike, that's a running shoe company, I'll go ahead and sign with you for basketball, where would Nike be today?
They damn sure wouldn't be. I mean, it's hard to say because it's I think Jordan even said he wanted to go with Adidas first. I think they were more of the prominent basketball shoe.
Yeah, because he didn't want to fight with Converse because you had Larry Bird and you had Magic Johnson with the weapons, but they were the same shoe.
Right.
And when it didn't work out, he's like, and I think he said either his mom or his dad, somebody was like, give him a shot. Let's see.
Nike rose to their prominence through Jordan because they gave him a never before heard of type of deal for the Air Jordan. That's why he went with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That they gave up the boat for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's if it wasn't from Air Jordan, where would Nike be?
It's really tough to say. You can't,
you feel me?
You cannot say. We have no idea.
Would they existed? Would they still be here?
They would be. Okay, I'm not going to throw out other brands because that's unfair. I think they would definitely still be in a completely different league. And I don't know what athlete, it would have taken another athlete taking that plunge. But when you take one of the greatest athletes of all time, then it went from everybody wanted, like you said, to be with the Adidas also because you have Run DMC who had just made the All-Stars, the Superstars so big. And so it's okay, Adidas is cool now. You had, was it LL Cool J who was rocking the Pumas hard?
Was he Puma or was he Adidas?
No, who was it? Who was doing Pumas? It was a rapper who was rocking Pumas, and then they obviously, and Day is a photographer and entrepreneur. He's out here in these streets, and his catalog is lit. He takes pics of people that you are fans of. Let's say that, and you can get more into that in a minute. But our people move the culture, are the needle, set the tone.
Set the social
We the tastemakers.
100%, because we got all the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's another bar.
I'm doing what I can.
Rap.
Dump
been
gas
spitting
me
bars
up
since I pulled
in
up.
these
I'm not
streets.
capping
You know, I
right
got Outcast on 3 stacks is coming through me.
Right.
But not like so. If it and back then it was kind of like, you know, you had, and we talked about it on another show, Run DMC had that contract that changed the game for artists, and then, you know, you had what MJ did with Nike, and then we have what AI did with Reebok that changed the game. And so it's really interesting. You have what Kanye did with Nike, and then that monumental move to say, you don't appreciate me, I'm going over to Adidas. So I almost feel like this sneak in history actually goes to the history makers with the collaborations and the partnerships. Because you have, and you got to shout out Jerry Lorenzo,
Absolutely.
because he's somebody else who saw his value. Melody Asani. There are people who said, and especially the people who said, I'm not going to go with the status quo. Kobe Bean Bryant. Everybody who said, I want this deal, but you're not going to sucker me because what I'm going to bring you, and Kobe aside, because I don't love most of his shoes, but the deals that they bartered and the collaborations that they made were game changers because they understood their own value.
Know
your
worth.
value.
Know your worth, please.
Know your worth. 100%. Like $2 today is never better than $200 on Friday.
It's kind of
You can hold
important.
out just a little bit, just a little bit, you know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you know, that's. What about just shoes in general? So we got into the ones. For you, Tiff, what is old school shoe that?
I mean, I kind of say the same shoes over and over. I'm just an overall Reebok fan. Fila Grand Heels off top, and that's just because of my, you know, age and when they came out and what they meant to me right then. But I go back to, you know, Reeboks. And for me, it's when it was a company that took quality to the forefront. But we're talking about Michael Jordan and what he did for Nike and vice versa. All I can think of is Michael Jordan took Nike to social status level. And Nike was able, so saying it can go both ways, because where will Michael Jordan be without that Nike contract?
He would still be Michael
He
Jordan.
would still
He
be
would still be
not Michael Jordan, but
He could have signed the A6.
no.
Right.
This is the thing, though. If Michael Jordan did not have there's plenty of people who know Michael Jordan. I mean, everyone knows Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, and we're gonna, you know, I'm not the biggest fan, but if Michael Jordan, how many people follow Michael Jordan simply because of the shoes, simply because of his?
Well, most of, especially
and not-
today, most fans have never even seen him play outside of
Correct. So I'm
highlights.
saying, like, you know,
Most fans of the
New
clothing,
generation,
yeah,
right?
the new generation.
That's why I said it was such a beautiful thing. Like the shoe match with the talent. It was like a match made in heaven. Like it all culminated together. Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of added to his legacy.
Yeah.
But if he had signed with Adidas, would he have just been another superstar on the Adidas in superstar? Like,
Well, I wouldn't say.
but would he not just be another superstar, another major name signed to Adidas?
I guess it also
That's a
depends
good point.
on. I guess it also depends on who was working on the creations of the shoes, because you guys know I stan Tinker Hatfield. You know, Bruce Kilgore.
Mhm.
The names that, like, and I think Bruce more than Tinker. There are so many creators whose names you don't know that are behind some of the most iconic silhouettes and colorways. And so the question beyond that, because we have to also remember, Jordan okayed and put his 2 cents on shoes, but he didn't design any of them.
Yeah.
So what we have to ask too is, you know, what would it have looked at? What's the machine that was behind it? Would it have changed what Adidas looked like if he went with Adidas? Would it have changed Well, like I said, he could have gone to Asics, and if he went to Asics, they would have had to change. Nike at the time did not have basketball shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Correct.
because he came over, now it opened up an entirely new realm for Nike where they had to get in this incubator and create this whole new brand and rebranding for themselves. So, could that have happened anywhere? Because now they have signed an athlete who is unlike anyone else that has ever played the game in terms of the phenomenon that Jordan was, even early on. Because let's be real, 85 was not even his glow up yet.
Right.
Okay.
That's a fact. And that was well said too.
True.
That was dope. I think I agree, right? So would he would have had the same impact had he signed with Adidas? Maybe not, because of the fact that he was over there by himself and he took a chance on a new up and coming.
And that was my point of it.
Yeah,
Being by himself, did it let him stand out even more?
It was definitely a bold choice because he was the first basketball player to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely bold because then it's like, why would you go with Nike,
Right.
His first superstar.
a track run, but they were
Okay.
exclusively. You know who was wearing? You know who was wearing Adidas? Bruce Jenner.
Tracks the Olympians.
Olympian runners.
Track.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so they had their time to shine was in the 70s in the Olympics, and back when they were blue ribbon, and you had the waffles that now we have the fire collaborations with Sakai, but before that they were pretty exclusively running shoes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he took a chance on the fact that they were going to create from start to finish. Yeah, like, a basketball shoe that worked for him. And it's crazy when you think from back then to now where we are because, you played ball, I played ball. I don't know if you played basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was the L1 fan.
Listen,
I love it.
Hey, listen.
Love it.
Listen, I still follow a bunch of those cats who say, hey, they are ridiculous in these streets.
Man, I was fascinated by that so much as a kid.
But you would never be like, I'm about to play ball and pull up in some Jordan 1s now.
No.
Like, it has come so far.
Unless you want to hurt yourself.
Feet would be
gonna be
on
bleeding.
fire.
That's seen the Jordan doc, right?
His feet literally were.
He says he took his shoe off after the All-Star game in the garden.
Yo,
He said
listen.
it was literally soaked with blood. And he put on some 85.
Yes.
Played in them.
It was a tribute.
So it's like, yeah,
Hey, thank God for innovation.
came a long way.
Because I started playing many years after that, and I'm glad those weren't my only options. And y'all have options too. So stay tuned for some heat with this commercial coming up, and then we're going to get back in today's story because it's crazy.
Facts.
Hey, Tiff, what they got to do after this commercial?
Come on back.
All right, let's go.
That was cool as shit.
I should not do that,
This is my little setup, man. Honestly, it's jing bang. It gets the job done. I get work done. The plastic, just block the window. I actually put that window in. You don't get in the window. But yeah, man. I'm just gonna get to work. Yeah, I'm disgusting.
Welcome back to Thee ConnoiShoer. Hope you enjoyed that commercial, and I hope you support everybody that you see on these commercials and everybody that you see on this show, including us, because we're invested in everything that we put our name behind because it's legit, it's the real deal, and it's people that are doing things for our people. So don't take that lightly in these streets. We're back here with 100k Dai, and this is a man who, again, is invested in his people in these streets and invested to dopeness every day of the week. Dai,
Yeah.
you're a photographer, you're an entrepreneur, you've done a little bit of traveling, you've taken a few flicks of a few cool people.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you kind of mastered this level of cool where you're like, nah, I'm just saying it's just ain't that me.
It's just what I do.
So, what's the story, man? Like, how did you get to be 100k Dai? Because that's a name in and of itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For those who don't know, my real name is Damian. Everybody that know me call me Dede. Over the years, it got shortened to Dai. You know what I mean?
Friday messed you up.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop calling me Dai.
So the 100K it stands for 100 Karat. That's the name of my photography company, 100 Karat Photography. Born and raised in Compton, you feel me? I never would have thought in a million years I would go to be a photographer. I wasn't one of them photographers who, you know, I dreamt of having this job since a kid. And that,
I got my first Polaroid.
you know what I mean?
That's
That's not your boy at all. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who always kept a job. I was always outside at the parties, having fun, turned up with the homies, all that. You know what I mean? You know, I was also always into myself. So it started with the sidekick selfies and shit like that. You know, high school.
Yo, selfies were a real struggle
But
back
it was
then,
actually
but
called
we mastered
selfie.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You find your lighting in this up. You feel what I mean?
You had a max of 720. Like, when I look back at my throwbacks, like, it was pixelated as hell. And I was like,
Find that lighting though, it's up.
listen, those bathroom selfies were amazing.
So that was your boy. And, you know, like I said, I always kept a job. I've always, you know, I worked since I was 14 years old. So, but at the same time, it's like, you know, growing up in Compton, it's like you're supposed to, you know, the standard is you go to school, go to high school, go to college, all that. You know what I'm saying? So literally, after I graduated, I was just going to school just to say I go to school. Right? I wasn't really even forward. I was 18, 19. I'm outside. I don't care about school. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to go to this party. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I was all about fun for me. And but I was always working. So, you know, I think like I worked at the Staples Center. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing Kobe every night. I'm seeing.
I was about to say, Staples Center had its benefits. I worked with Team LA.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Cool.
yeah, I was
so you
in
already
there.
know. So I was on the conversion crew.
Okay.
So I was actually on the floor pulling it apart, putting it together.
So you were setting
Putting
up
up
between
the
the
glass for the
Lakers and like,
Kings.
yeah.
Switching over the baskets to the Clippers to the Sparks to the concerts. I did that for like 5 years.
Oh no, I did it for probably all of a year, but it was my second job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in school. I worked for the city by day. I had class in the morning. We'll finish, go straight to my job with the city.
Yeah.
Get off, go straight between the Staples Center and back then it was the Home Depot Center.
The Home Depot,
So I did
yeah.
between Galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
the Lakers, Clippers, and the Kings. I was there the night the Kings won the Stanley Cup.
I set it up for him.
Now,
I set it up
so
for him.
you know that was
I
a
took
crazy
it down.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Facts. So yeah, that was, you know what I mean? That's what I was doing. And, you know, I got to a point 5 years in where you realize you working in a dead-end job. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not making no money. I'm not really doing nothing here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You outgrow it. So one night, I just quit. I told him straight up, look, I just had an epiphany, a moment of clarity one night where I'm over this. And, you know, I had been there 5 years. Everybody looking at me like, for real? You finna just, you know.
All this?
No.
Yeah, right.
And I left. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple of months after I left, I had the opportunity no, let me rewind. So I quit the job. My homeboy, BC, homeboy Blacker, right? He you should take this class with me up at LA Harbor. He it's video editing. They teach you how to edit videos. This probably circa, this 2011. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go to LA Harbor, I take the class. I love it. I fall in love with it. You know what I'm saying? They start us off as putting together news clippings. You know how you watch the news?
Right.
They cover a topic. They got the B-roll shots. I'm putting together all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So maybe like a couple months after that, I had the opportunity to buy my first camera. I bought a little Nikon D3100, like $300. Like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of went hand in hand. What I was already doing in school. So, you know, I got homeboys that do music. I feel like we all got friends that do music. You know
Yo, in the hood, if you got a camera, we about to blow. You got a camera or a studio, we about to blow up.
It's up. You know what I mean? So, boom. So, I get the camera. I start shooting videos for my homeboys, just playing around and getting my feet wet with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget, like, maybe like 3 weeks after I got my first camera, somebody was like, "You shoot weddings?" Yeah, I shoot weddings. Yeah,
I shoot weddings.
Never shot nothing. I didn't know nothing, but I just jumped off the porch like, yeah. Shot the wedding, did the video and the photography for it. You know what I'm saying? I held it down.
Hey,
loved it, but it was
Nikki Giovanni herself told me you don't ever turn down an opportunity. You just give yourself time to make sure you're ready. Thank you, Nikki Giovanni. But yeah,
that's a gem.
Yes.
So yeah, so I shot the wedding, and just, you know, after that, I just kept at it, and then I just started just getting gigs left and right, and I just kept, you know what I mean? Years go by, you put your 10,000 hours into it, like they say, and
you have to invest in yourself, because he's
Absolutely.
dropping a whole bunch of gems.
Absolutely.
Take the time, do your
Of
studying.
course. You know what
Whether
I'm saying?
you're in a class or whether you're at the school of YouTube, put the work in.
You gotta put that 10,000 hours in for sure. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't up until, I would say, and I did both. I juggled a job in photography for years. I ended up working at the post office. That was my last job. I was a mailman. I ended up in the same as Staples Center. One day I'm done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I quit the post office in October of 2019. And I haven't looked
That's
back.
good time. That's good time.
That's good time.
Things got real shaky.
Oh, it was right before COVID.
Yeah.
Right before COVID, too. You know what I mean? I quit. I finessed
Thank
my
you
way
to
back
postal
there.
workers, because you guys have
Shout
been
out.
going.
Y'all,
Yeah.
I did it 5 years. I know the struggle. Trust me. So, yeah, so like I said, I was juggling both for years. Like, working full-time job, doing photography gigs on the weekends or whenever I could manage. And it wasn't until I quit where I was like, okay, I'm going to do this for real. I'm going to quit playing. I'm going to put my all and my everything into this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And since I jumped off the porch, it's just amazing the doors that began to start opening up for you that you didn't even know was there.
And
You know what I'm saying?
so what are some of those doors?
Well, so a benefit of me not really caring about school like that back when I was like 18 and 19, and me just being a social butterfly, I guess you would say, going outside, is I met a lot of friends who then years later became like good plugs to have in my profession. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of these rappers that's from, you know, our section that's popping right now, I was in the club when them turned up back in 06, 07, 08. You know what I'm saying? So we had that friendship, that bond already built. So, for example, shout out to TDE. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of work with Absol from Carson, Kendrick Lamar from my station, from Compton, J-Rock from Watts. I know all of these because I was outside around during that time, before they was Kendrick Lamar, before they was TDE.
Yo, I remember I went to a concert that was it was like Black Star. It was like Black Star, and Corrupt was opening up. And this was, man, I was probably like 19. So I'm there at the club. I think it was at the Roxy.
The Roxy,
Yeah. And so, like, I'm there with my crew. The crew next to me, they're getting hype. I hear them on the phone. No, they about to put them up right now. No, they said they about to put them up right now. 2 minutes later, hey, K-Dot is on the stage, right? This was, like, before Section 8, like, and they were like, no, Corrupt said if there's time, he's gonna let him come do one song. And that was my first introduction to K-Dot, not Kendrick. And so it's crazy seeing that journey from way back then to now.
I remember being in situations where, because it's like, I went to Compton High, right? But some of my homeboys went to Centennial with him. Like he was a Centennial. So I used to like fuck with the homies and shit, and we used to like be over in the village towns before they, right by Magic Johnson Park, before they uprooted them and moved them to wherever.
Right.
We used to be over in the Eugene Village, you know what I'm saying, where the homies lived over there, and K-Dot used to be over there. We used to be just hanging out, turned up, having fun, fucking with women and all this type of shit. So it's like, I had that side. I met that side of him, like not even the music side.
Right.
But when I heard his music, so the first time I heard K-Dot rap, I was just like, yo. And mind you, this is the era where Lil Wayne was like, you feel me, the god of rap. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I heard Dot, and I'm like, yo, this nigga. And I knew him before I knew his music.
Right. So then once you hear it.
So when I hear, I'm like, this Dot, oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'll never forget, like, I remember I was in the Lakewood Mall. This had to be like 06, 07. And I bump into J-Rock, and he was with Punch. And they was, this how you know they hadn't blown up yet. They was still on their grind.
Mm-hmm.
They in Lakewood Mall giving out CDs, right?
All of our young followers, that was not uncommon. That was how you got heard in the streets. You were asking for $10, we'll take 5, and if you only have 3, I'll take that too. But you just wanted somebody to be riding by in their car playing your music.
That's back when you needed a street team.
Yo, I wanted to be a part of the beat street team so bad. So bad. Theo put me on. I was like in my head right now, and I'm like, shout out to Theo. Lala used to be behind us at the, what was the name of that record store?
Man, I can't, it was Pink. I remember that.
Yo, we
Pink,
were
it went Powder Blue
right there on Wilmington in the shopping center.
VIP?
Was it VIP? Nah, I don't even remember, but Lala used to be up there all the time, and that's another person. When we talk about people who you see grind, when I see her now, I'm like, Lala, you handed me so many cassettes in my life. I'm so excited to see what she gave me my little kid cassette. Like, it's the grind always pays off if you're committed. That's just facts. If you're true to it, and if it's your purpose, and if you plan it out, it's gonna happen. And you're absolutely a testament to that.
Yeah, man, it's been a journey. You know what I mean? But I stayed the course, and here we are. And it's been fun. Like I've had it ain't easy by far. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through them trials and tribulations. You're gonna go through them road bumps and them ups and downs and all of that. But you stay the course, and you continue to put that energy into it. Because I'm big on energy, right?
Right.
So it's like when I mentioned them doors that open up eventually for you, I'm big on, if you put the energy into something, I feel like the universe will reciprocate the energy in one way or another back to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just crazy because it's like, I go back to that time when I bump into J-Rock, and this is back, I knew who J-Rock was. This is back in the MySpace days. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So he was kind of like blowing up, and if you was from Compton, Watts, Long Beach, Gardena, wherever, you heard of him back in those on MySpace, right?
Huge in his section.
Absolutely. And Nick Cigars. Shout out to Nick Cigars. And I bumped into him, he gave me the CD, and they gave me K-Dot Training Day. That's the mixtape he handed me, and I listened to that, and from that day on, I'm like, oh, he's the best rapper. And this is like 2007.
Listen,
this is 07.
His feature that just came out the other day.
Oh yeah.
Family Ties. Listen. He took 16 and said, whenever I come back, y'all gonna need to just go on a hiatus because I'm about to hurt your feelings. And he's like,
it's the monotone. I am the Omega.
When this nigga ran it back and said, "Oh, y'all niggas playing with me," like,
That's the thing. He's had that confidence in himself since that mixtape he gave.
Oh yeah,
like I've seen it, and then this one I knew he was the greatest, right? When, like I said, Lil Wayne was the top for me, like at that time,
and he couldn't be anything any more different.
And what happened was, Kendrick put out a mixtape right after Carter 3 came out. You know what I'm saying? It's arguably Wayne's highest selling everything, right?
Right.
K Dot put out a mixtape called C4.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole mixtape, he attacked it as if he was Lil Wayne. So he rapped like Lil Wayne on all of the beats on the Carter 3.
Yo,
Right?
I've played
heard
that
this, right?
so many.
Okay.
There's no mixtape, there's no album that I haven't gone through multiple times.
Yes.
Of Kendrick.
And it confirmed it for me because, like I said, Wayne was my favorite. And then when I heard C4, and mind you, he don't even rap like this. This ain't even how Kendrick rap, but he rapped like this for this project, right?
He just wanted to let him know.
He just wanted to
let him know.
And when he did that flawlessly, like just my favorite rapper's flow, just like it was nothing I knew. Like
It was a Mortal Kombat finisher.
you know what I mean? I knew like, okay, this cat, he's for real. Like he's the greatest. Like you know what I'm saying? And from that day on, we've seen it all come to fruition from the Kendrick Lamar EP, the OD Section 8.
And another person, like I look at Kendrick and J. Cole especially as two
They go
people,
back and forth for me.
and they're so wholeheartedly about their cities, their people, the culture, protecting it and lifting it up.
Absolutely.
I could give y'all this shit that's on the radio, but we're so much more than that. And you hear that in every song, even when they get into because they can be flashy and flossy. You know what I'm saying? But you also see the growth.
Yes.
You 100% see the growth in their music, and that should be the way that it is. Like, you know, Jay-Z's another artist who, in terms of like lyrics, you look at from when he started and where he is now, and he's like, I can't talk about the same stuff I was talking about.
The old hoes, buy my old albums.
Yeah, like you want that, go ahead and get that, because I'm not there. I can't even relate anymore.
And I feel like that's like important. That's how you know an artist is pushing himself because, and that's what I have to shout out Kanye, even though a lot is going on with him. But one thing about Kanye, he's gonna always push the needle forward, just like Kendrick, right? None of K Dot's album sound the same.
Facts.
Every album that he puts out is gonna be completely different.
Facts.
And I feel like that's pushing the needle. That's pushing your creativity and your artistry. If you're not doing that, if you playing it safe, and you know what I'm saying, like I have more respect for the artists that do it that way.
There's an artist who, I'm gonna be nice and not drop the name, who just came out with an album.
Drop the name.
And right now, said artist has 9 songs on the top 10 billboards. And I don't understand why said Canadian artist has 9 songs on the top 10. And this is an artist who I like. Aubrey, I'm a fan.
Orbs.
Listen.
Like academics call them orbs.
Drake, Drizzy, you know, October was one of my favorite months because of that mixtape. Like you really are October's very own, but you did not certify anything for me in this last album. I'm gonna say it.
That's because he's Drake. He doesn't have to. He's bigger than that.
But you're an artist, and if you take your artistry seriously, then you should. There's never going to be a time. Kendrick will always.
I said that to answer your question. As you don't understand why he has all these in his top because he's bigger than he's just Drake. Yeah. He's the guy. So
apparently he's
even if it was trash, it was still going to get streamed crazy.
Apparently he is now being named Mr. Decade.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I mean he's been holding it down. He's had a hell of a run, and he's still going. I have to be 100 about that.
And I've been a fan. It's just when you do all this talking, I need you. Yeah. I need you.
Let me ask you a question, and this is kind of like off topic. Where do you rank this last album amongst all his other albums? And this is scary because I had this conversation with a couple of my friends a couple of days ago. And I just said it. I'm like, I think this is Drake's weakest album.
Low key, I was like,
it's not bad though.
I was like, it's either at the bottom or second to the bottom, but it's definitely in those slots. And I've listened to it all. So, you know, listen.
It's still a good album, But that's just how dope he is. It's still a good album, but I feel like
It's good, not great.
It's his weakest album.
Yeah, it's good, not great, and I thought you were striving for great. That's all. That's it. That's it.
And you know, I didn't want to like say that, but when I mentioned artists constantly pushing the needle forward and each project not sounding the same.
And wait, I'm gonna pause real quick because there is somebody who is pushing the needle forward, who's nothing like we've seen, and that's our boy Showtime Watkins. And Compton Mania has a show coming up October 10th, so we're gonna go ahead and run that so that y'all can run to that show. Check it out.
Alright, so y'all just saw what it is. The gem of Compton Mania, Mr. Showtime himself.
Yes, sir.
And we are here with another gem from Compton, Mr. 100k Dai.
Up to the dub, man. Carson, aka what? Bellflower's finest on camera.
Listen,
We out here.
gems all around, and y'all talking about musical gems and life gems, and right now,
What you
I
trying
want
to
to
get
get
into?
into some of those gems and grails and heat and just ooh,
We got a couple
I
flavors
see
over
sitting
here.
over
My leg
there.
has been burning. My leg has been burning because they got some fire
That's some little
sitting
shit.
beside me, you know.
I bought some little kicks. So let me see. We're gonna start off with the first box.
You
Right.
see that box
He
though?
hitting heavy with it. Y'all
Got the
He
Swiss
letting
Miss
it fall.
in the building.
That first. And mind you, I wear all my kicks. I'm gonna let y'all know so they ain't in pristine.
Day. Every episode,
Alright, cool.
we
What-
tell
what-
I wear kicks.
where your kids.
Yo.
I wear kicks. So we got the off-white forest first and foremost. You know what I'm saying?
I
These
told
just-
y'all
I-
it is exclusive only.
man.
Yeah, these motherfuckers right here cost a pretty penny, and I'm not. You know, retail is non-existent these days, so you already know what time it is for me. So yeah, we got the off-white fours, all the laces in there. Yeah, these,
I love those. I'm still trying to get
Yeah,
those.
it's sexy.
Still trying to get those. I'm trying to do a trade for them.
Oh yeah, you be trading this shit, huh?
Yeah, like I'm like, what can I let go of to get what I want?
Facts.
If I can. But some stuff, you know, you can't let go. You can't let go of a lot.
This is true.
Yeah.
Second up, we got a couple of my favorites.
SB on the
I'm
box.
loving them colorful SBs. I'm
You know what I
always
mean?
the box lets me know something.
You know what these are?
Oh, I see it.
Okay. Oh, you see the name? Oh.
Nah, I literally. I
Oh,
see
you
it.
see it. Okay.
Y'all, wait. Y'all ain't ready.
Yeah.
This is a Thee ConnoiShoer exclusive because this is the closest some folks. Cheers to the good life.
Facts.
Because this right here might be the hottest shoe that we've dropped on this show.
Never.
Let them know,
Say
Dave.
it.
Word? Let them know,
let's
Dave.
go, dog.
One of the most hyped shoes.
Man.
We got the chunkies,
Woo!
baby.
All the way.
The chunkies. I'm putting them both out because they're the laces. You dig?
Listen.
Ben & Jerry. Hottest shoe probably the drop. What was that? 2020?
2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, I think
That
it's
year's so
2020.
weird.
It's-
I
that
think
year's
so.
very weird.
Yeah, I told you. I messed up. I won a raffle and I didn't size right.
You know what's crazy about these shoes? A quick little story. I didn't even give a fuck about these shoes at all until like I had a shoe plug at the time, and I was going to buy some other. He's so slick. I was buying some other kicks, and then right when I bought them, he was like, "Oh, real quick, I got these too in your size." And he pulled them, and I see them in person. I'm like, "This the detail with them and everything." I'm like, "These is
It's that texture. shit.
yeah, like
That
you know what I'm
texture,
saying." I'm
yeah.
like, he's kind of crazy, like. So I grabbed him, whatever. But yeah, check
No biggie. No biggie. Just
Chunky Dungies,
Chunky
resale price, but I got a pretty fair resale price. I'm not gonna tell you what that was.
It ain't their business.
I didn't get smacked over the head.
It ain't their business.
Yeah, he ain't playing with dope.
Next up, probably my favorite. You know what these are?
Listen, y'all see the box. Oh, let them see the box.
Let him see the box.
Let them see
Oh,
the box.
yeah.
Go on ahead.
Yeah, just so we clear.
This, I'm not
These
gonna
are like a
lie,
trophy.
Dad. I knew it was gonna be, and I didn't want to say nothing, but I knew this was going to be our most elite.
Damn.
Our most elite. Because I see you, man. Like, you never disappoint. I knew this was gonna be the most elite Grails and Gems episode.
I like
that we had.
sneaks. I got a couple kicks laying around the crib. You
Just
dig?
a few.
So yeah, we're gonna start off. Well, not start off, but we're gonna what we at with it? We got the Off-White Chicago's mandatory cop. You know what I'm saying? These are probably my most expensive. I paid the most money for these right here, right? So if you was to go on style gigs, you used to go on whatever the fuck, right? These go for about $5,000, I think, right now.
It's ridiculous. And
I haven't
it's
checked
based
in a
on
while.
size,
But
but
at the
it's
time I
ridiculous.
bought them, these were going for about $5,000 Off-White Chicago's. I got them for $2,000. That's the most money I've ever spent on a pair of shoes. $2,000 for these sexy motherfuckers, man.
Hey, listen.
So boom, Off-White Chicago's in the bag. There it is. We're gonna keep it rocking. Oh, these are perfect follow-ups.
Yo.
You staying with the Off-White vibes, right?
Right. Because it looks like it's a standard box until you do this right
flip the
here.
lid, you know what I mean?
That lid hits different.
The lid hit different.
And then you pop it out with
So boom, we pop it out. We can stay on the Off-White wave. We got the Off-White UNCs. You dig? Mandatory cop for sure.
Listen.
Yeah, these motherfuckers still sexy. But yeah, I wear them, so you know, it's a little.
But we were talking about it earlier. So what are your thoughts on aged?
I love them. I love certain
AJ
ones.
ones with good quality.
But you know, like with Virgil or Off-White, you know, he kind of like make brand new shoes to make them look like they're aged or vintage or grail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just look at the 5 you were just mentioning. I mean,
Yeah.
not 5 2s.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We
That
were talking
crack
about
sole.
The cracked sole and all of that. It's like even you know off air we were talking about the Foxtrot page where they actually sell you there's like a marker or whatever where you like
The aging markers.
aging
That's what I call it. Yeah.
you can like age the shoes yourself.
And it's crazy because, and depending on what the shoe is, like everybody knows, I clean my shoes after each wear if it's that type of shoe for me.
Mm-hmm.
But some shoes, I'm like, nah, I want to give it that love. Like I want it to look like I've taken time and made memories in them.
I want to try it. Like you know what I'm saying? Because they be looking. I've seen some cold like aging like on some sneakers like crazy. So yeah, boom. So UNC's the bag mandatory. And last but not least,
Certainly not least. Certainly not even it.
last but not least, my last pair I brought to share with you guys today.
Are you ready?
Looking at the chocolate Nike box, you pray right. Just time with these.
Look at that pink wrapper though.
Yeah, we Cactus Jack around this damn thing. Great rapper. We got the Travis ones, backwards Nike, pink lace. Yeah, these probably my favorite ones right now. I ain't even cap. Like these are just. I think it's the sole, it's the bottom for me that pops, that sets the whole shoe off.
I'm rocking with Cell a lot lately.
Yeah.
I do love that age look, and I love like my neutral colors and my natural earth tones. So, though I definitely don't have those. I got the Travis Scott lights, the mochas. I hit on those.
She called the Travis Scott lights.
That's what everybody's been calling
No,
them.
they call like me and the homies. They call him the poor man Travis.
Yo, yeah, and I was like, I'd be a poor man because I still spend a little bit on them, but you know,
Travis is smack. I got him for. the
that's good. But
smack.
look at that leather, like that.
Yeah.
That leather is nice.
Yeah.
And it looks better as you wear it. Those are only going to get better as
Again,
you wear them.
like the vintage shit, the worn, the grailed like look is just popping. So
I'm gonna need you to do something for me. I know you box them up, but I'm gonna need one of each on the table until we cut. Because folks, need to go ahead.
So
Give it to
hard.
him. Give it to him. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm a size 9, so you already know it's a battle for me.
Yeah.
Every time. It's a real battle for you, boy. I'm gonna try to do this quick.
And as we do that, as you've gone ahead and load up this fire, and I hope that you don't get them wet once these detectors go off.
He said that's why he was putting them away little by little. Like,
You know, that's why he wore red. You know he comes with the heat, the fire. But have you ever had an experience that wasn't that fire? That,
Come on, man.
you walked away, you might have been in your car, you might have been in
It's
your
been many a
house,
times before the raffles, before the drawings, before all that shit.
where you ended up saying, damn, they got me?
Got you, boy. I waited in line at a sheet one time for some retro J's. And this is back when you don't even know. I think each sheet probably maybe had like two pair of each size or some shit like that. Like
Oh, yeah, because people don't realize that when stores say we have pairs,
They do mean limited.
yes, like they're like pairs. We have at least 2, but we might not have 5.
They
Like,
do mean limited.
yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. So it's been many a times where, you feel me, I've waited in line just for the disappointment. You know what I'm saying? And this would be the coldest part, when you're waiting in line, because the way Chic do it is they'll let one person in line in at the time. So they'll go in the store, they close the door, and you're outside like, okay. They come out with their bag, they smiling, they happy, they go like,
Just a walking lick.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, God, right?
Yeah.
Until, that employee comes out and like, well, that's all we got, you guys. And you're just sitting there left, just like, what?
It's almost, if I'm at the back of the line, I'm like, okay. But when I'm 2 steps away,
That's like, oh my God.
the heartbreak is,
That took your soul right there.
don't call me for the rest of the day. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm in bed because I'm hurt right now. Like, and you know what? I got my own little damn they got me. And you see how much of a videographer he is right there.
You dig?
Because we got to go ahead and take a quick little flick mid-shoot because it's that real. But I had my own, I don't know if it's like, damn, I got myself. We were talking about it earlier. I had a situation. I think we were talking about the chunky donkeys, no?
Oh yeah.
And I got myself because I entered into a raffle for a donkeys are SBs, which are skateboard shoes. I entered into a raffle for a skateboard shop in Germany, and I won. And I undersized myself, and when I got them, I could not fit them.
Damn.
I got the coveted donkeys, and I tried to wear them.
Yeah, well, I know you did.
You listen,
You gonna try.
I was Cinderella's stepsister that day. I was like, it fits, I know it does, and it didn't. And the only reason I got myself, I should have done a little bit, and it wasn't my first SB, but for some reason I wasn't thinking. But being not so new to the game, I went ahead and made my trials and tribulations my triumph, and took these and came up on 3 fairly nice trade-offs for this one shoe. So I did get myself on that, but I picked myself up by the bootstraps and I made something out of it. So
That's what real winners do.
listen,
You know what I'm saying?
but sometimes you take L's, right, Tiff? No, I mean like that. Yo, calm down. I was just trying to segue, my dude. Calm down.
Don't segue like that.
I wanted you to segue. Can you segue for me? I'm sorry. I said.
Listen. Tired of the head.
But don't
I'm
you?
sure not feeling the resale.
But don't you think some people take or give themselves their own L's?
I think that the L's that people are giving themselves are the ones that they did not think later on in life they gonna be like, what were these? Somebody should have told me, as you said, everybody needs that non-nigga person.
Everybody needs a non-nigga.
Somebody should have told them.
I live by it.
Nah, nigga.
Oftentimes I'm the one.
Listen, cause one day you gonna wish those had got canceled before you got to cop them.
And that is why we call this the
Cancel cops.
cancel
cops.
cops
Or,
that never should
man,
have dropped.
you should not have given yourself the opportunity.
So Dave,
Yep.
we know you know what's hot. So I have a feeling that you picked up on some drops that were not.
Well, the thing about me is, I'm not gonna grab nothing. Especially, I'm not a hype beast type of dude, right? So hype beast is, the world looks at a shoe and it's hype around it, so people grab them because of the hype. I grab kicks because I like them, not for the hype. You know what I'm saying? So I don't typically buy shit that I'm not really feeling, regardless if the world is putting them on a pedestal.
I just want to say,
What you want to
on our table right now, on the ConnoiShoer show,
Yeah.
we got some of the hypest shit
But they
that
hot
has
though.
dropped.
But they hot
Sitting on the table.
He ain't a
But
hype
they
beast.
hot.
My
He just
man
a
said,
hype beast.
I'm not a
He
hype
beast.
beast. I'm just a beast that's hyping the motherfucker. But okay, keep going.
Yeah, so okay, so for example, these shoes, I guess they can be considered hype beasts because of what they are, but they actually
But it's
fly
the
to me.
intent. Yeah, it's the intent
These are
behind
worth
it.
They fly to me though.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
shoes that's hype beasts that's not fly.
Nah,
You gotta wear what you like, not
Nah,
because
word.
somebody said
Not
that
because
these are
somebody
right.
said they hot,
Yeah.
but because they really hot.
Oh, right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's your question. I haven't really bought nothing to
Not even bought, just like ish. That's like, wait, this is really a thing. Y'all really out here buying this?
Okay, well, let's start with
I got something.
right.
the SB, the 711s. Those are probably some of the most hype beast dunks in the past year, right? They were just primarily because they were just so exclusive. I think they were going for like, what the hell was they going for? Between $17 and $2,000. But they not really. I don't like them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just
So you're
not-
saying they should be at the outlets, but somebody said
Get
they
them the
hot.
fuck up out of here, man. Ban! Get them out of here. You feel me? Period.
A band, not a buck. We only
Facts.
do.
What's another hype beast ass motherfucker? Man. Let me think. What's some hype shit? Like, oh, okay. You mentioned the lot earlier. The off-white dunks. It's like 20 something of them. I already know. Like, out of the 20, I'll probably like 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? And none of which are the all leather ones. I like the ones. They're not suede. What material is that? Like, they're like
It's the combo, right? That has
Yeah, it
different
has some type
materials
of-
throughout.
material on it. It's not suede though. It's something else. Those are the ones I actually like. But the all leather ones in all colorways, that's bullshit. Bro.
I also hate the black ones. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
oh,
just
yeah,
like them.
yeah.
I hate them.
That's what you would call a hype beast shoe because it's like people gonna gravitate toward it because of the hype around it, not necessarily because of the way it looks.
Don't sprinkle sprinkles on doo doo and tell me it's just ice cream.
Talk that shit, Nick. Talk that shit. Facts. So yeah. So
I was like, damn.
I'm not the biggest fan of the hype beast movement. Sorry. It's all heat going on over here, and I'm just not grabbing it.
Tip, you got anything?
I don't like a lot of shit.
So you do not.
I mean, I'm quick. I don't even pay. I truth of the matter is, most of the stuff that I feel like needed to get canceled, I don't even know the name of it. Cause I'm like,
You canceled it.
I
as soon
didn't
as
pay.
you
I
saw
saw
it.
that shit when it was canceled. I got too much to worry about. Didn't worry about what I'm not worrying about. Okay, so let's go.
Worry about it, worry about it.
You know. So
Right.
Yo, wait. Do you remember what you said? Can you say it again? Say it again. I got too much to worry about. Then worry about what I ain't worried about.
Right.
So, amen. That's a word. So, 100K.
Yeah.
100K
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I feel like looking at this table. I believe. I believe. Like, boy. Oh, man.
Let me ask a question. How much y'all think, money-wise, value-wise, is sitting on this table right now?
Go on and add that.
I'm gonna ask Nick.
Go on and add that.
Value-wise, what is sitting on this table right now?
Sheesh, you are. Well, I know you said you got a deal.
I'm talking about value. What they
But-
worth? How much
Wait, we gonna retail or resell?
resale? Obviously, I'm going resale.
Right.
They're worth. That's a resale.
I feel like you're sitting on, and Lord knows, you should have asked him because math is not my strong suit. I am a logistical person, but I'm running numbers in my head right now, and I feel like you are somewhere along the lines of about 12K. Just under.
Just under.
Yeah.
I just did some math, quick math. I counted like 10,600 or something like that.
Just about.
Like 10.6.
10.6K day.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about right. About 10.6.
Hey, don't point out nothing
Right.
individually, because if I come home with something, my husband's gonna be like, "You said that one was how much?"
Yeah, that's a problem. I ain't trying to create no issues, and nobody's happy life right now.
Yo, nah, but trust me, these ain't issues I'm bringing home. Maybe this time.
Yeah, I just have to come, you know what I mean? Show support to the amazing podcast.
Hey, thank you,
I support
man.
everything y'all doing.
Thank
You
you,
know what I'm
man.
saying? So it's only right that I come through with some of my shit. You know what I mean?
Represent
And I gotta hold it down for my loved one, for my folks. So you already know what it is,
100%,
man.
man.
Love, 100K.
Appreciate
ConnoiShoer is lit.
Listen, Day, let them know. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know what they doing, what you doing. Let them know what's coming up.
I can tap in on the ground. That's 100k Dai, 100k Dai. Excuse me. I have a website, 100k photography.com.
And you do everything, right? You do weddings. Look. Yeah, I do
I
that.
do a little bit of everything. I dabble in it all. I do events like concert, wedding, baby
Right.
shower, whatever it is, maybe. I do lifestyle photography. I do editorial. I do fashion. You know what I mean?
And it's fire. Like your eye, and Cameron's a photographer. I do photography. Like your eye is amazing.
Appreciate you.
It's
Man.
amazing.
Appreciate
Man.
you. Like I said, I wasn't the cat that they have a quote saying hard work beats talent, but talent don't work hard enough, right? And that's kind of like the epitome of like my whole situation. Because like I said, I wouldn't always find. I didn't have no idea I was going to be a photographer or a videographer. You know what I'm saying? And something I picked up and I liked and I stuck with it and I put my all into it. So here we are. So you already know. Tap in.
Tap in. Hard work pays off.
Facts.
It pays.
Live a
It
life you want.
pays.
Work for it.
On that note, Day, thank you for pulling up to the
Thank
shoe.
you.
It was an absolute pleasure.
Come back anytime.
Thank you.
Man.
Anytime. Because we always say, you come as a guest, you leave as fam. So we appreciate
You already know the
man.
vibes.
100%.
Man.
Listen,
Appreciate y'all.
Tiff, you know what time it is. Take us out.
100K. He coming back.
I'm family.
We
man.
coming
Dirty.
back. All y'all gotta do.
Cousin.
Fam.
Cousin.
Listen.
Like lucky.
Now here y'all chance. Come back.
So that's why I gotta
ConnoiShoer in the
see
building.
my soul, you see my shoes.
We
So
are
that's why I gotta
ConnoiShoer in the
see my
building.
soul, you see my shoes.
We got the custom kicks with custom flips. Stepping outside on some custom ish. Ooh, I'm just telling, shoestring so cold. I caught a